Hello YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home, and DIY projects every single week. We are coming down to the home stretch of finishing our first floor and we only have a few more spaces to complete. And now that we're at a good place with the house, I feel like one area that I've really neglected is actually this room. If you guys remember way back when, this was the first room that we made over, and it also has one area that has been quite an eyesore. And to be honest, it's gotten a little bit out of hand. This is something that I've neglected for quite a while, so I'm very excited to make it over and make it more functional. And if you don't remember what area I'm talking about, it is that awkward, weird wooden closet that I have in my DIY studio. I left it as is when we made over the room and then I just never did anything with it. So today we are going to give it a complete transformation. I also want to thank Karma for sponsoring today's video. They have been a huge help in just completing this house and also saving some money. So I'll talk a little bit more about them later. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And now let me show you guys what we're working with this closet. So here is the sad situation we are working with today. This is basically the junk drawer of this room, but I really want this to be nice and organized and functional. So on the left side, we have a door with some shelves here, and I want to keep this open because this does not work the best. There's no handle on there. There's also nothing really keeping it in place. So we're gonna get rid of that, make this an open shelving moment. And then in here, which don't even ask, I basically just piled stuff in there and did not want to deal with it. I swear we moved in here and everything was fine, and now it's gotten so bad. But I think this could be a really great area to organize everything nice and neat. I tried to use some of the vertical space on here with existing nails, so I hung up my mats and things that are a little bit harder to store, like embroidery hoops and wreaths and things. And of course we have the lovely wood paneling going across this whole entire thing and even inside there. So my plan is just to paint it one flat color so that it hides it all and kind of integrates with the room better. Moving over to this side, we have this open area, which I really don't know what to do with. There was a door here, we ended up taking it off, and I think this will be some great storage for some larger items because it's kind of hard to get all the way in there. So I think having large items that are easier to take in and out would be a better solution. Right now I have a lot of home reno stuff in this area and then down here as well. But I really want to put this into the basement and dedicate this room to actual DIY projects and not just home projects. So that's going to be a major organization project, but I am ready to get this out of here. I've been watching a lot of the Home Edit lately, so the first thing I'm going to do is to clear it out and edit it down so that this can be a lot more functional. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, that's where these went. This space has become a catch-all for all the things that I don't have a home for, and when we first moved in, this was totally not a problem, but as time went on, I've just been really struggling to keep this room clean. We've been doing so many projects every single week, so it's hard for me to juggle cleaning this room and making everything happen for the channel. But after making over this area, I know it's just going to function so much better and make my life a little bit less stressful walking into the studio. Before we got to painting, I had to fill up all of the nail holes, which literally every single one was exposed, which definitely would be noticeable once we paint over it. So it is a very tedious process, but super worth it. Wow, okay, looks better. Okay, we are prepped and ready to go, and I feel like I preach on my channel a lot that paint can fix basically anything, so I'm really hoping that it can fix this eyesore and make it blend in a little bit better and look more seamless with the rest of the room. I'm gonna start by cutting in a little bit and then using my paint sprayer to get into all of these little nooks and crannies. The color I'm using here is White Dove by Benjamin Moore, and this is just leftover paint that I had from when we initially painted the room. It is the perfect warm off-white color and definitely will lighten up the dark wood that's currently here. It's really going to open the space up and be a clean backdrop for all the supplies that I'm going to pack in here. In the long run, we plan to knock this structure down and put in a real closet, but for now, painting is a great budget-friendly solution to update it. Before moving on, I wanted to talk about today's video sponsor, Karma. You guys know that we've been slowly furnishing and buying new items for this house. When we moved in, we started with nothing, so buying brand new items definitely adds up. But with Karma, I've actually been able to get some things that I've been eyeing on sale and also save some money. So if you haven't heard of Karma, it is a free Chrome extension and also an app. And once you download it, it can help you in so many ways. It automatically finds and applies the best coupon codes for you at checkout so you can save time and you don't have to search for them yourself, which is always a lifesaver. One of my favorite tools on Karma is their list, so that way you can save items. You can plan and organize everything from thousands of stores into these lists. And this has been super helpful for me because I've been categorizing them into different rooms. So I have my set list for each one. And for all the items that you save, they'll actually send you a real-time price drop notification. So that way you can get those items on sale and save some money there. And if you save something that's out of stock, they'll actually send you a notification when it comes back so you can get it right away. And to save you even more money, you can also get cash back on your purchases. And all of these tools are super fast and easy to use. And if you'd like to try out Karma for yourself, I'll have a link down below so you guys can download it. And right now is actually the perfect time to get it because there's so many holiday and spring sales going on. So that way you can save even more money. Good morning, you guys. It is now another day and organizing day has commenced. There is a really big mess behind me. So here's the current situation and the chaos that we are dealing with. There's just stuff everywhere and my goal is to organize them into different baskets just so that I can get everything ready to go into the containers that they will be in. And this is just some of the mess. There's a bunch of stuff in the hallway as well. So, and again, my goal is to take some of my more home DIY stuff and separate it from more crafty DIY stuff, which will remain in this room. So with that game plan in mind, let's get to organizing. At this stage of the organization process, I'm just going to put everything into groups and categorize it. That way I can see exactly what I have, how much I have of each item, and how I want to organize it. Now that I'm a full-time DIYer, I've accumulated quite a few things for videos and also for personal projects. And through the years, I've gone through many crafting and DIY phases, from bullet journaling to learning calligraphy and also clay and macrame. I like to get my hands in a little bit of everything, so I just have a ton of craft supplies that vary and are all housed in this room. And some of these items are things that I've just had for years and I can't seem to let go of them. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to just hoarding everything because you have a feeling that you might need this supply in the future. And that is totally me. I always hold on to things that I might be able to use in the future for something else. And for the first time, I actually have room to keep all of these items. So even going into this edit, I only got rid of a few things and a majority of the items that I already have will be staying. Oh my god, an OG DIY, who remembers this one? Okay, so it's been a couple of hours and I feel like we're at a really good spot to actually start putting things into containers. This is kind of organized chaos right now, but here's how everything's laid out. I have molds over here, painting stuff, glue, paintbrushes, watercolor, paper, markers and paint markers. And then over here, I have everything lined up on this shelf. There's Cricut stuff, clay things, macrame, fabric, textile work over there. Then I have this big old wood bin, which I didn't realize I had so much of. So it's really great when you lay everything out like this. You can kind of get a feel for how much you have of everything. That way you can put it into the correct container. And then moving up on here, we have more markers, tapes, and then ribbon and more stuff sprinkled throughout. To actually store and organize everything, I got an organizer with these pull-out bins, which I think is really genius, especially since I need to be taking things in and out all the time. So this is gonna be super helpful. I found it at Target and it comes in different styles. I grabbed these felt ones just because they seemed a little bit more stylish, but they also do have plastic bins if that's more your vibe. It's also really sturdy and you can put so much stuff in here. So I'm gonna start building and then get to organizing. Oh my god, you're dragging the carpet!
Oops.
Oh my god.
Nice to see you again.
We should probably flip it, right, or no?
Probably.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, that works. Ooh, I like the wood tone.
We don't need these.
Yes, we do. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm totally using the home edit method here because now we are in the contain phase. If you've seen this series, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, but basically I'm just sorting everything into its proper home. So when doing this, I'm being very intentional about the type of storage solution that I'm using. For bulkier items or things that you want to hide, using a basket or a bin is a great way to get rid of some visual clutter. So I have some big boxes and also bins that go into the organizer, and I'll be using my trusty label maker so that I know exactly what is in each box. Clear containers are really great for items that you want to see and display, and are super helpful for items that you just need to quickly grab and go because you'll know exactly what it is just by looking at it. So I love using clear acrylic containers, and you'll also see here that I'm using an unconventional item like a lipstick organizer to put all my watercolors in. I've also been obsessed with using Lazy Susans for everything, so it's in my kitchen, my bathroom, and of course now into my studio, and these are a game changer. Finding the right solution for every category seriously has made such a difference because instead of trying to make all of your items fit into a specific box, you're finding the perfect box for all of your items to make a custom solution and to also build a system that you can hopefully maintain and keep clean. So I just found one of my old watercolor palettes, and this thing is probably 12 or 13 years old. Back in high school, I was part of an art show, and I think I placed or something because I got a gift card to go to Blick, and this was the main item that I bought. It was my first ever item that I bought from Blick, and I was so proud to have this. And I don't really use it that much anymore just because I kind of want to preserve it. It's just one of those things that I can never get rid of because whenever I look at it, it just makes me think of all the things that I made in high school. And back in high school, I really didn't think that I was going to be able to pursue anything artistic or creative as a career. And now that this is my job, this is kind of a reminder of how far I've come. And yeah, it's something that's so special and that I'll never let go of. This is looking so much better. It really has opened up the space and makes the room feel a little bit larger. Paint totally fixed up this area, but the one thing it can't really fix is this right here. So we have some holes from a TV that used to be hung here. So to address this area, we're just going to cover it up. So I got a pegboard. This one is from IKEA. I love that this comes in different colors, so I opted for a neutral one, and this is gonna look great against the white over here and cover it up perfectly. This pegboard was super easy to install. You just need to mark off 2 holes to screw it into the wall. However, I will make the disclaimer now that this particular one from IKEA didn't come with the 2 screws for the wall, so I had to use my own. And that worked fine, but if you need to use wall anchors to keep it secure, make sure you do so. Pegboards are such a fun way to utilize vertical space. You can display your functional items as decor and keep things within reach. And I love that this one has so many options for accessories, so you can get things like cups, shelves, hooks, and different clips. So this is where we're at right now. Everything is nice and organized, and there's still room to grow, so that makes me super excited. It is now time to get all of this goodness into here and make it beautiful. It is finally time to put everything into its place. So I put these square woven baskets into these shelves, which somehow fit perfectly. It looks like they were meant to be in here. And since these are extra deep, I was able to fit additional items I don't use as regularly behind the baskets, which was a huge plus. Now that everything has its own home in our slide out bins, I'm placing my most used items in the top row. And now that I'm seeing everything together with the labels, it almost creates a catalog cabinet vibe, and I'm loving how this is looking. On top of our storage solution, I wanted it to feel like a little art store, so we have all the clear organizers to display our colorful paints and markers, and they just look so beautiful on top of there. Around the corner, I placed some larger supplies like canvases and wall art, and I also added some hanging storage for my cutting mats to maximize my vertical space. What once was a huge dump pile of DIY supplies and who knows what else has now transformed to become my DIY command center. After some paint, lots of organization, and making the space as functional as possible, here is the after. whole area feels like I'm in my own little craft store, and it makes me feel more inspired to work in this room again. I feel a sense of calm when I walk in here now instead of feeling super anxious and stressed. And I'm so glad that I have something else checked off of my to-do list in this house. Let me know what you think of this makeover in the comments down below. I hope this video gave you some inspo and organization tips and ideas. And again, a big thank you to Karma for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to download the Chrome extension, make sure to click on the link down below. If you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. I post on there every single day. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!